So now we know Kamala Harris chose not to go on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast because fears of backlash among progressives in the Democratic Party. Here it says there was a backlash with some of our progressive staff that didn't want her to be on it and how there would be a backlash. Joe Rogan, of course, would go on to later endorse Donald Trump the night before the election, and he has a huge amount of young male followers which turned towards Donald Trump in this election. Donald Trump did go on an interview with Joe Rogan, and he got 50 million views on YouTube. JD Vance also racked up 16 million views when he was on Joe Rogan. But ultimately, a lot of progressives apparently did not want to be associated with Joe Rogan, particularly because of backlash about old videos of Joe Rogan saying the N-word and also his views on transgender women in women's sports. But was this why Kamala Harris lost the election? Her not being willing to do an interview with someone like Joe Rogan? No, probably not. However, I do see this as a key mistake and something liberals, the left, everyone on that side of the spectrum have to get over. Just because someone like Joe Rogan is viewed as bigoted by some people does not mean we have to forfeit their platform altogether. Joe Rogan has one of, if not the most popular podcasts in the world, and just forfeiting that to the right only helps the right. And it's this kind of language policing and other things like this that a lot of normie voters just simply can't stand. Now, at the end of the day, is there one thing that lost the election for Kamala Harris? Yes, it was inflation. A lot of leftists are coming up with crazy ideas and they're wrong. But I can't explain it any better than this meme. The median U.S. voter isn't very progressive. Voters hate inflation, so Kamala lost. Now let's go with the left-wing mental gymnastics. America is a far-right hellhole. Dems are basically fascist. But Dems must go hard left in order to win for some reason. This is because of Gaza. Nope, voters basically just blamed inflation and the fact that their groceries are more expensive on the Joe Biden administration, and Kamala Harris took the blame for that as well. And people wanted their grocery bills to go back down, and they, for some reason, thought Donald Trump can do that. He's not going to, but that is what it is. At the end of the day, Democrats lost, Kamala lost, and they're going to have to learn from some of those mistakes. And one of those mistakes is we can't turn down big platforms just because they're perceived as right-wing. And progressives and leftists that are going to language police over this, fuck off. You're not helping anyone.